Hey friends, today's story is Kevin and Ella's Big Adventure. Let's go! Kevin is 3 years old. He has bright eyes, a big smile, and so much energy. From the moment he wakes up, Kevin is ready to move. He runs through the living room, jumps on the couch, and laughs so loudly that the whole house feels alive. Kevin loves playing with his toys. He can spend hours building tall tower and pretending he's the fastest driver in the world. But Kevin is still small, and sometimes he forgets the rules. Luckily, Kevin has someone very special in his life, his sister, Ella. Ella is a little older and she is so smart. Ella goes to school with a big smile. She listens to her teacher, learn new songs, new games, and important lessons. And the best part is, when Ella comes home, she loves to share everything she learned with Kevin. One afternoon, Kevin was playing with his blocks. Suddenly, the tower fell down.
Ah, my tower!
But Ella quickly stopped him.
Kevin, no hitting! At school, my teacher taught me something very important. We use kind hands. That means we don't hit people, toys, or even ourselves.
I am mad!
It is okay to be mad, but you need to control your anger. I will teach you few tricks I learned at school.
Ella proceeds to teach Kevin few tricks to help him relax. She says when you feel angry and you want to break stuff, you should stop, close your eyes for 2 seconds, take a deep breath, and count until 10. I bet you after that you will feel much better.
I like this idea!
Ella continues to build blocks. She succeeded at calming down Kevin, who is now peacefully playing along. She then says there are other important habits you should know.
Okay, first, we share our toys. Second, we say please and thank you. And finally, we help our friends when they need us.
That's a lot! Can I really do it?
Ella responds with a voice full of excitement. Of course you can do it. This has been a very productive play session. Ella taught her little brother few lessons on how to control his anger, and most importantly, how to respect and help others. Kevin is now ready to play a different game. He has been wanting to go outside and play with his ball and run around with his puppy.
Here you go, Kevin. Here is your favorite soccer ball. Aren't you supposed to say something?
Thank you.
You are welcome. See how much nicer that sounds. Remember what we learned. Saying please and thank you shows kindness and respect.
It was a beautiful day outside. The sun was shining and the fresh air was calling. Kevin was out with his puppy, Rocco, and his sister Ella was right beside him. They ran across the yard, their laughter ringing through the air, and Rocco wagged his tail happily as he chased after them. Being outdoors was always so much fun. It helped them grow strong, stay healthy, and feel happy. And the best part, they had each other. Kevin knew that no matter what happened, whether Rocco tripped over a stick or a cloud covered the sun, Ella would be there to laugh, help, and share the moment. With a sister like Ella, a puppy like Rocco, and a sunny day full of possibilities, Kevin felt like the world was full of magic. Later in the day, Kevin decides to play with his soccer ball in the kitchen. Mom is busy doing chores, and Ella is in her room playing. When all of a sudden, Kevin kicks the ball high and breaks a glass cup sitting on the counter.
Oh no! Ella! quickly! I am in so much trouble, Rocco!
What happened, Kevin?
I accidentally kicked the ball. I did not mean to break anything. Mom is going to be so mad at me.
It is going to be all right. I will help you clean up, but next time, no playing in the kitchen.
The children teamed up to clean up the mess Kevin had left behind. With each sweep and giggle, they discovered that solving problems is easier and a lot more fun when they work together. Mom peeked into the room and spotted the cleanup crew in action. Her heart did a little happy dance. Not only were the kids working together, but they'd also come clean about the chaos too. Just then, Mom's voice rang out from the kitchen. "Milk's ready, my loves. Come snuggle up in the living room." That night, Kevin curled up in bed. The stars twinkled outside the window, and the house was quiet. Slowly, Kevin's eyes closed, and he drifted into a soft, magical dream. In his dream, Kevin remembered all the little things Ella had shown him. How to be kind, how to share, and how to help others. In the garden of his dreams, he stood with a giant carrot feeding his friend, the bunny. He runs towards Ella with a flower in his hand. His laughter trailed behind him like a ribbon in the wind. He was so happy to hand his sister the beautiful flower. And so, under the quiet night sky, Kevin kept dreaming, safe and happy, with Ella's lessons carved in his mind forever.
Wasn't that a magical adventure? If you loved today's story, give it a big thumbs up.
And share who loves giggles and wonder. And don't forget to subscribe.
Bye-bye, bright stars.
Kevin stood behind the curtain. The spotlight felt too bright, too big. "What if they laugh?" he whispered. This didn't start on that stage. It started in a classroom where other kids raised their hands. And Kevin lowered his. Not because he didn't know the answer, but because he didn't trust himself. At recess, laughter filled the playground. Kevin watched from the bench. The loudest voice wasn't the world's. It was his own. Then came the talent show.
And the talent show is next week.
Wow!
Excitement filled the room. But Kevin's stomach tightened. In his mind, he saw kids laughing. "You'll mess up. You're not that good." That voice felt louder than anything else. That night, Grandpa placed a small stone in Kevin's hand. "This is your brave rock," he said. "It doesn't give you confidence. It reminds you that courage comes after you try." Kevin held it tightly. What if confidence isn't something you wait for? What if it's something you build?
And remember, every question helps us learn.
The next day, the teacher asked a question. Kevin knew the answer. His heart raced. The voice whispered, "Don't do it." But he squeezed the rock. Slowly, his hand went up. It shook, but it went up. "Excellent!" The teacher smiled, and something warm filled his chest. Now he stood backstage again. The same bright lights, the same fear. "I'm scared," he whispered, "but I'm going anyway." He stepped forward. He stepped forward. He showed his drawings. For a moment, silence. Then, one clap. Then another. Soon the whole room was applauding. Not because he was perfect, but because he was brave. Backstage was quiet. The lights were dim. The cheers were distant. Kevin leaned against the wall, his heart still racing. Not from fear, from courage. And for the first time, he believed in himself. Kevin thanked his grandpa. That night, he felt different. The fear hadn't disappeared. But it didn't decide for him anymore, because confidence was finally louder than fear. What if the reason you feel unnoticed is because something bigger is quietly waiting to choose you? In the heart of the whispering forest, children played with their animal friends. A boy ran beside a lion cub. A girl danced with butterflies. Another child rode next to a white horse. Each child seemed to glow, but Ella stood quietly behind them. She tried once to call a little bunny. It didn't come. She lowered her gaze and whispered,
"Bunny? Maybe I'm not special. Maybe no one chooses me."
The trees were taller there, the wind softer. Ella sat beside a small stream and looked at her reflection in the water.
I wish I had something special.
A tiny butterfly landed on her finger, then another. She held her breath. A rabbit hopped closer. A deer stepped gently from behind the trees. Her heart began to race.
Why are you all here?
More animals appeared, not rushing, not loud, just gathering. As if they had been waiting. Back in the meadow, the other children looked around.
Where did the animals go?
One by one, the glowing creatures had left them. They were following something else. They were following Ella. A warm, golden light surrounded her. Not bright like fire, not loud like lightning, but steady, strong, alive. Ella felt something new. Not louder, not different, just enough. The animals didn't choose the loudest child. They chose the kindest heart. Ella walked back to the meadow. The other children stared in wonder. One girl whispered,
They chose you.
No, they saw me.
And that day, Ella learned something important. You don't become a star by shining the loudest. You become a star when your heart shines the brightest. And that day, Ella learned, you don't have to be chosen all the time. When you are brave, others will choose you. That day, Kevin learned that even a small act of kindness can save a life. One peaceful morning, Ella and Kevin were walking through the forest near their home.
Look, Ella, I'm a brave explorer.
Then don't get lost, explorer.
But suddenly, Ella heard something.
Kevin, did you hear that?
Hear what?
A tiny bird was sitting on the ground, and it couldn't fly. Ella slowly walked closer to the tiny bird to see what was wrong.
Ella, what are we gonna do with it? Come on, let's go play.
But Kevin, he needs help. Kevin, look. He's trying to fly.
He can't.
He needs help.
Okay, let's help the little bird.
Kevin looked at the tiny bird for a moment. Then he slowly took off his jacket. He gently wrapped the little bird inside to keep it warm and safe. Kevin had decided they were going to help. After a little while, the tiny bird started to move. It slowly flapped its wings.
Look, Ella! I think he's feeling better.
Yes, he's getting stronger.
Suddenly, the tiny bird jumped out of Kevin's jacket. It flapped its wings. Once, then twice. Kevin and Ella watched quietly. And then, the little bird flew into the sky. The tiny bird was strong again. Ella and Kevin smiled and started walking again through the forest. But suddenly, the tiny bird came back. It flew in a small circle above them, as if it was saying, "Thank you." Then the little bird flew away, strong and free. And that day, Kevin learned something he would never forget. Sometimes the smallest act of kindness can save a tiny life and make the world a little brighter.
Did you enjoy our story?
If you did, press like
And don't forget to subscribe.
so we can go on more adventures together.
Hello, my friends. Our story today is about a little girl named Ella attending her first day of school. On a beautiful Monday morning, Ella woke up in her cozy bed to a cool breeze and the cheerful sound of birds chirping at her bedroom window. The sun peeked through the curtains, painting golden stripes across her room. Today was a special day, Ella's first day of big school. She had gone to daycare before and made lots of friends, but now that she was older, it was time to begin a new adventure. Ella tiptoed downstairs. Her family was already in the kitchen making breakfast. The smell of pancakes and strawberries filled the air.
Hello, my sunshine. Let's whip up some breakfast magic together. Ella, did you know today is your first day of school? Are you excited?
Mom, I don't want to go to school. I don't have any friends there.
What you're feeling is normal, but I am sure it will get better throughout the day.
But Mom, why can't I go back to daycare?
I understand, honey. Change is not easy. But don't worry, honey. We are here and we will help you through it.
I have an idea. You go to school, learn some new skills, and then you can come home and teach us what you learned.
Okay, but promise to pick me early in case I don't like it.
I promise.
Ella got dressed for school. She felt a flutter in her tummy, but knowing her family was there made everything feel a little easier. Ella and Dad hopped into the car. The windows were down, and the fresh air danced through Ella's hair as they drove. She watched the trees sway and the clouds drift lazily across the sky. When they arrived at the school, Ella held Dad's hand tightly. They walked slowly toward the main entrance, taking their time. Dad didn't rush her. He made sure she felt safe and calm. Inside, the hallway was full of color and wonder. Finally, they reached her classroom. It was like stepping into a rainbow. Ella meets her new teacher with an anxious and sad face. Miss Angelina greeted Ella and commented on how beautiful her dress is. Ella is still not talking, just trying to process all the information. Dad leaned closer to Ella and told her that he has to go to work but promised to pick her up early from school. He gave her a big hug before leaving the classroom.
I love you, baby. I'm sure you will have fun with your new classmates.
Miss Angelina greeted them with a big smile and invited all the children to sit on the cozy carpet so the children can introduce themselves. Then she led the class outside to a beautiful playground. The sun was shining and the slides sparkled like magic. Ella played with her new classmates. It was the perfect way to break the ice and make new friends. When it was time for lunch, the children grabbed their colorful lunch boxes and sat around a big table. Ella enjoyed the yummy lunch her mom had packed. After eating, she walked over to the sink to wash her hands, just like Miss Angelina had taught them. Clean hands keep us healthy, the teacher reminded everyone. Next, the children played with blocks. Ella met a girl named Sophia, asked her to be her best friend, and just like that, a beautiful friendship began. Later, Ella sat with Miss Angelina to talk about all the exciting things she'd be learning this year. Letters, numbers, stories, and science. Ella's eyes sparkled with excitement. She wanted to grow up and be anything she dreamed of. Just then, the classroom door opened. "Ella, your dad is here," the kids shouted. Ella jumped up, her heart full of joy. She ran to her dad and gave him the biggest hug ever. "I missed you so much," Dad said. "I can't wait to hear all about your first day." As they drove home together, Ella smiled, knowing that this was just the beginning of a wonderful adventure. At home, the kitchen smelled like warm spices and roasted vegetables as Mom prepares a delicious dinner. The table was set with colorful plates, and the whole house felt like a hug. Kevin was on the living room rug, building a tall tower with his Legos. When Ella walked in, she ran straight to him and wrapped her arms around him. "I missed you so much," she said, squeezing him tight. Kevin giggled. "Did you learn anything cool?" "I did," Ella beamed. "I learned how to make shapes with blocks, and now I'm going to teach you." Soon, Mom called everyone to the table. The family gathered around, passing bowls and sharing smiles.
Ella, tell us, how was your day? I can't wait to hear about it.
I was just a little bit sad in the beginning because I missed you. But then I met my new teacher, Miss Angelina, and my new best friend, Sophia. We played together in the playground and in the class. We're going to learn so much.
That sounds fun. Can I go to school too?
I would love if you came to visit sometime. You'd love the playground.
I'm so glad it worked out. Know that no matter what, we will always be with you.
School had been full of new beginnings, and now she was home, surrounded by love. And when it was time for bed, the family gathered around to pray. Ella put on her pajamas and brushed her teeth. She is very tired after a long day full of excitement. She lays in bed, snuggled under her blanket. Tomorrow was waiting with more adventures, and Ella is ready for it.
Did you enjoy our story?
If you did, press like
And don't forget to subscribe.
so we can go on more adventures together.